For my trademark gray work project, I decided to explore dilution and famous marks. I decided to do a spin that uses the swoosh from the well-known Nike brand, as it is one of the most recognizable in the world and often one of the most repurposed symbols in the world in artwork and in other branding. The basis of our trademark law in this country is outlined in 15 U.S.C. 1051. It regulates the use of words, logos, or other means to identify the source of goods and services. The goal of this law, unlike that of patent or copyright law, is not to incentivize creative or technological advancement by rewarding creators. In this sense, the logo that I've created may actually come under fire, as its creativity would not be rewarded under trademark law. I decided to create a brand called Psyche. It's basically an online platform founded by spiritual coaches and mentors devised to help people utilize tools that teach meditation practices, thinking positively, and being more present and aware in everyday life, connecting their personal self to the natural world, and aligning their higher selves to live a more balanced and rich life. The platform would host webinars, classes on various topics like healthy eating, yoga and meditation, journaling, and related activities to encourage users to find strength within when life gets stressful. It is in no way related to sports or athletic activities or merchandise the way Nike is, but it does use similarity in terms of logo to quickly engage with people and establish the brand visually. The remix catchphrase is probably pushing it legally, but the catchphrase of Nike is not necessarily protected, and it has already been recycled, repurposed, and completely redone by brands over the years. In this case, the spectrum of distinctiveness, which was established in the 1976 case Abercrombie & Fitch versus Hunting World, Inc., I feel that what I've done with the logo has created something that would be considered fanciful. It is not reminiscent of the original Nike logo, as the swoosh has been tilted upward to create a completely new shape with the pyramid. The font is exactly the same, but it illustrates a different purpose. And just for illustrative purposes here, I've included some examples of artwork that just show how frequently and regularly artists use this symbol from Nike in their artwork and for other branding. Symbols like the Nike swoosh and even like Mickey Mouse are often repurposed by artists to illustrate a completely different purpose, and this seems like a pretty common practice. Though famous marks have an exception under 15 U.S.C. 1125 that pertains to dilution and tarnishment, I highly doubt that Nike or companies like Disney go after every single artist and company that utilizes the logo unless it causes actual damage or infringement upon their market. In 15 U.S.C. Section 1114, we learn the details about trademark infringement more specifically, and it explains the likelihood of confusion. As it applies in this case, I think that the Psyche logo that I've created would not generate much confusion in terms of actual Nike customers and fans, as the shape has been reformed into something completely different. The Nike word is nowhere visible, although it is the same font. This is simply an example of a product that is easily available on eBay. It's the Nike swoosh stylized in a different format, and this is a product that's available for purchase as a decal. We learned about situations like this in the case where Tiffany's tried to sue eBay when they found that products with their name on it were being sold, and Tiffany's ultimately lost the case. In 15 U.S. Code Section 1117 defines damages as related to trademark law. The damages are defined as all profits from infringement, actual damages, and the attorney's fees. Again, I highly doubt that in this situation, the use of the Psyche logo would actually cause damage to the Nike brand. It is in no way, shape, or form attempting to appeal to the same fan base of athletic wear. In 15 U.S.C. 1125, it defines the exception to the scope of trademark protection. Once a mark is determined to be famous, it's given extra protection around what the mark is already used for in order to protect its name and brand in areas that it may expand into in the future. Injunctive relief is offered for dilution by blurring or tarnishment. In this case, I do think that the logo I've created could possibly be protected, looking at the fact that it's highly unlikely that Nike would expand into the realm of spiritual development tools or a database that does that for people. One case that explores this is Louis Vuitton versus My Other Handbag. Obviously, Louis Vuitton is a very well-known, established, and recognizable brand, not just because of its prominence, but it has a very recognizable logo and pattern. My Other Bag is a company that kind of makes tote bags as a joke to play on luxury handbags. It insinuates that the owner of the tote bag actually owned a luxury bag, similar to the way car drivers of old, damaged cars may have a joking bumper sticker on it, alluding to the fact that they have a luxury car. This was a case that focused on claims of trademark dilution and infringement as related to blurring. I think in my case, the possibility of the Psyche logo in some way blurring the name of Nike would not be applicable, as I'm not going to be associating it with athletic products or shoes. In the case of Louis Vuitton, it was more believable as the subject matter dealt with handbags or something reminiscent of a handbag. But again, Psyche is meant to be a platform. It is not necessarily a physical product, and it does not in any way or form attempt to advertise to fans of the Nike brand. It's simply a recognizable logo repurposed to illustrate a new point. In conclusion, this logo is a good example of a gray area because while it does take a very famous and very well protected logo, it does transition it into a new purpose, and it has a completely different audience that would not affect the market of the original logo.